Teleislas News with the most important news of the day. The national government issued a decree which instructs that as of December 14, persons over 18 years of age must present the vaccination card with the complete vaccination schedule.
Throughout Decree 1615 of 2021, the national government issued instructions due to the sanitary emergency generated by the COVID-19 pandemic and the maintenance of public order. In the first measure, it is established that the territorial entities must add to the biosecurity protocols in the force the mandatory presentation of the COVID-19 vaccination card. This as a requirement for admission to public or private events involving mass attendance, bars, gastrobars, restaurants, cinemas, discotheques, dance halls, concerts, casinos, bingos, and leisure activities, as well as sports venues, amusement, and theme parks. This requirement of a full vaccination schedule, 2-dose or single-dose schedule, will come into effect as of December 14 of 2021 for persons over 18 years of age, as of December 28 of 2021 for persons over 12 years of age. Children under 12 years of age are exempted from this measure.
A partir del 14 de diciembre.
As from December 14th, 2021, the full scheme card will be required for those over 18 years of age, and as from December 28th, 2021, for those over 12 years of age. That is to say, until December 14th, the regulation will continue to require 1 dose for those over 12 years of age, and from December 14th onwards, it will be a full scheme. This is an invitation to mayors and governors to comply with the regulation and to guarantee biosecurity sites, and so that in those places where there is agglomeration, where we break the measures, we can be calm because we are all vaccinated.
The guideline also established that the national government will give a day off in the first quarter of 2022 to public servant and official workers who in December complete their vaccination schedules or apply booster dose in the times and cycles established by the Ministry of Health.
In the morning hours, the National Police developed the activity Let's Talk About Police.
The dialogue Let's Talk About the Police, developed by the National Police in the archipelago, have the purpose of participating with the active forces, the community, the active police officials, their families, young people, and the community in general in the construction of the institution in accordance with the wishes of various members of the island society.
The purpose to seek a police force that is much closer to its communities, the police force that you and we want, a professional police force, a police force that guarantees human rights, a police force that always seeks to be close to the community, a police force that always seeks to be in contact with the youth, with the elderly, with all those unions that are close to us.
During the activity, the topics of the integral transformation process of the National Police were discussed. It should be noted that the community leaders, youth, and the community in general are expected to participate from 2 p.m. onwards.
And Teleislas News continues to introduce some candidates interested in being heard and noted for the election this December 5th, where members of the Municipal Council of Youth of the Islands will be elected.
2 days away from the expected election to be held by the youth and teenagers of the island to form the Municipal Council of Youth on the island, we continue to feature some of the candidates. Sebastian Torres is one of the young candidates being introduced to the Liberal Party, who is confident that his education and discipline will lead him to become a member of this important group.
I have
a total conviction that we are going to enter the council. I have no doubt. In fact, that's why I jumped in it. I don't jump into things without being sure, so we are convinced. So let's talk about what we are going to do after the elections.
For Torres, it is necessary and indispensable to keep track of issues involving young people and their participation in important areas for the community.
I think that control is the main thing, to begin to get to know the councillors, to begin to see what alliances can be made and what not to do. Currently, what we are seeing now in the assembly, where some go to one side and others to the other side. The idea is that we are all together to get to the same place.
The candidates are looking forward to be part of this council so that together they can make the voice of all the young people of the island heard.
And a few hours before the inter-party and municipal youth council elections, the National Registry reiterates that there is a change made in the location of the voting point in San Luis for tomorrow, Saturday only.
Two different election days will be held this weekend. The first one will be tomorrow, Saturday, December 4th, and as previously announced by Teleislas News, the National Registrar's Office reiterates to voters that there is a change in the location of the San Luis polling station.
For the inter-party popular consultation elections to be held December 4th, the decision was made to move voting station number 2 from the San Luis Coliseum to the Antonia Santos School at the Philip Beekman Livingston site.
On the other hand, on Sunday, December 5th, the elections to be held correspond to the elections of municipal youth councils, for which there will be no changes in the usual or traditional location of the polling stations.
It is also important to clarify that the voting places on Sunday in which the municipal youth council elections will be held remain the same, without any change. Only the place in the Coliseum of San Luis will change, and it was moved to Philip Beekman School for the popular consultation elections to be held on December 4th.
In summary, on Saturday, voters who will vote at the San Luis polling place will have to go to the Philip Beekman Livingston School, and those who will vote on Sunday in San Luis will have to vote at the Jenny Bay Coliseum.
And in other news, seeking to continue with the reactivation of the economy of the department, the Chamber of Commerce of San Andres has prepared an event that will officially kick off the holiday season.
This is the Enjoy San Andres event that from December 6, 7, and 8 will come with fairs and entrepreneurs and exhibition of programs in the Morgan Canyon, in addition to great promotion in commercial establishments.
El Enjoy es un evento que la Cámara de Comercio está promoviendo.
The Enjoy is an event that the Chamber of Commerce is promoting, with which we want to make a comprehensive activation. From December 6, we will have various activities until December 8 at different points of the island. We will start with promotions in commercial establishments, and we will have a trasnochon or all-nighter. There are 91 commercial establishments involved in the activity. We will also have an entrepreneurship fair with 48 entrepreneurs in Phase 1 and Phase 2. That is, those who have less than a year of having started their business is in Phase 1, and Group 2 is for those that has been in business for more than 2 years.
There will also be recreational activities such as toy library, inflatables, and games for children in the afternoon in the same place. And from 8 p.m. on Tuesday, 500 candles will be lit with the Chamber of Commerce.
Awareness campaigns do not cease in the department, and even more so after the resolution issued by the Department Governor's Office prohibiting loudspeaker in the island sector. Just after a short commercial break, we'll continue with more news.
Ocean the channel found for we identity. Teleislas! Teleislas! And our culture. And for we people. Teleislas! Mira Teleislas!
This is our land, this is our people, San Andres our community, this is our identity. Feel it in your hand.
In Teleislas, we work for careful agriculture to own.
We have 7 colors, we are the music, we are one mind.
In a safe way.
Feel it in your hands, sweet Caribbean life.
With the best technology.
To keep you informed and entertained.
Este es su programa Rise All Rights. En este espacio tendremos a grandes invitados que nos ilustrarán más sobre derechos humanos, derechos étnicos y todo lo que el bello pueblo de San Andrés, Providencia y Santa Catalina debe saber. Nos vemos próximamente por nuestro canal regional Teleislas, nuestra identidad.
We continue with more local news. As we mentioned before, awareness campaigns do not cease in the department, and even more so after the resolution issued by the Departmental Governor's Office prohibiting loudspeakers in the island sectors.
Ingrid Villalba, professional of the Government Secretariat, highlights the work of this office in terms of raising awareness in sectors such as New Guinea, Modelo Neighborhood, the Union, Guinea and others, an initiative to control environmental and noise pollution.
On November 29th, we were in the commercial establishments that are located in the sector of San Luis in opening to the festivities that were held on the 30th. And on the 30th, we also conducted an operation in the sector of San Luis to deal with the noise generated by pickups and loudspeakers.
According to the official, these campaigns are held to control the behavior of the island's inhabitants.
As a result of the acts of violence that unfortunately occurred about a month ago, Decree 0443 of November 2021 was issued, and the use of these loudspeakers was prohibited for a period of 6 months. And the truth is that the community has heeded the call of the Governor's Office to comply with this restriction.
In fact, the Secretariat has been together with health professionals to measure the degree of hearing damage to people living in nearby areas where musical devices are turned on a high level. The activity were also done in conjunction with the Environmental Corporation and the National Police.
Now let's learn about other events that are making news in our brief news sections of today.
The Environmental Protection Group carried out in the Serranía neighborhood the rescue of a canine, which by a car from the community of the sector was attended immediately and transferred to the municipal animal shelter in order to receive medical attention, rehabilitation, and be included in the adoption program in search of a home. The Police Department of San Andres, Old Providence, and Santa Catalina invites to provide timely information in order to care for and protect animals in a state of abandonment. In the Rosales Hooker Hall of the Departmental Assembly, the local government honored the best students who stood out for their academic performance this year and those who achieved the 10 best scores in the Saber 11 2021 test. The Vice Minister of Regional Development, Jose Ignacio Argote, visited the construction site of the North End Cultural Center together with the Secretary of Culture, Luis Eduardo Teleislas Shaw, and members of the foundation of the Cultural Center. Currently, the work is at 80% completed, according to Edwin Rincon, the engineer in charge of the project. He also stated that the delivery date was scheduled for December 13th, 2021, but the construction company will make a request for an extension since they have been delays under the arguments that they have to do with logistical problems at the time of importing materials after the global crisis due to the pandemic.
Now we continue with the weather forecast. The weather forecast for today, December 3rd, in the coastal area of Archipelago, the sky is mainly cloudy. Temperature is 28 degrees Celsius, winds from the northeast direction, with intensities of 27 km per hour. Humidity forecast is of 79%, and probability of precipitation is of 17%. And this is all for now. We see you tonight at 8 p.m. in our central broadcast of Teleislas News. Good afternoon.